Hey everyone, it's Randomnoob, and today I'm back with a video after a long break. I know a lot of people have been asking for videos and stuff, so we're back at it. If you guys want to know like what's going on my channel, I'm gonna talk about it a little bit at the end of the video. So make sure you guys check that out if you're interested. And let's hop into the patch rundown that we're doing. This is the pirate patch. I'm gonna start off in balance because a lot of people like balance. I know that. And then we'll skip the skins and stuff like that. We're not really gonna go over bug fixes. There wasn't any like crazy bug fixes that we really need to talk about. Pretty standard patch in terms of bug fixes. So let's hop right into it. Just so you guys know, I haven't really watched the patch notes show, so a lot of this stuff is gonna be new to me. So this is like the first time I'm seeing it, and you guys will get my first opinion. So I really don't exactly know what happened yet, and we're gonna have to just figure it out as we go. So there did some champion ultimate mechanics update with Androxus, Fernando, Grok, Ruckus, and Vivian. With Andro, it now refunds 15% ultimate charge for each shot not consumed. It does not take ultimate charge until pre-fire has been completed. I'm not really sure what that second thing means. The pre-fire, I'm guessing I think there was like a bug when you'd ult and it would maybe take the ultimate charge. I'm not exactly sure what that means, but it's probably a good thing. The refunding 15% ultimate charge for each shot not consumed, really good because there's a lot of times you ult and all of a sudden everyone just hides and you're just like, well, my ult sucks. So I think that's a pretty good change. Pretty happy with that one. Definitely bringing Andro back into it, hopefully. Fernando Immortal players can now cancel this ability early. I'm not exactly sure why you'd ever want to do this. Maybe if you're worried about getting Genos ulted or something. Uh, I, I, I really don't know why you'd ever cancel it early, but having the option is always good. Maybe it's something's like completely blanking and I can't think of any reason why. The only thing I can think of is Genos ult right at the end of your ult, and people are timing that, so maybe you cancel it and dash and you don't get ulted, or potentially your ult was just bad. So, but having the option to cancel is really good. So I can't really, as a Fernando player, I'm not really a Fernando player, but if I was a Fernando player, I'd be like, options. More options ain't bad. Grok does not take ultimate charge until pre-fire has been completed. I really don't understand this pre-fire stuff, and it's all the last three with Ruckus and Vivian. I'm assuming it's something with I think I know with when Drogo's ults and he doesn't like he's pre-firing when he's loading it up. So like Ruckus has a load up, Vivian has a load up, Grok has a load up, and they die during that. The ultimate would be gone. So I guess now you save your ultimate. So that's actually a pretty big change for all three of these because these do have some wind up time. I'm not really sure about Vivian, but Andro, Grok, and Ruckus all have some decent wind up times, and you would get nothing off and you'd still use your ult. So the Andro one's big. The rest of these are kind of whatever. Fernando's decent. Pretty good changes. Not bad. Not bad. All right, let's hop into the balance changes. We have Cassie. Her dodge roll increased momentum carry after dodge roll ends. Not really sure what this means. I'm guessing you just move faster as the dodge roll is completing. I'm not really sure. Cassie buffs don't really make sense to me either. She's a strong champion right now. I don't really think she needs any momentum carrying because her dash along with somersault is one of the most annoying things in the game. She's such a safe champion that does so much damage. I really don't see the need to buff her at all. I don't know if this is categorized as a buff yet. I haven't really had time to test any of this stuff out, obviously, because this patch is really new. But I don't think any buffs. I don't think Cassie needs any buffs. All right, Dredge. He had quite a few changes. His Cursed Howitzer reduced reload projectile damage 1,850. Okay, is that his right click? I'm assuming. I think that's his right click. So they're nerfing his right click. Kraken, they're changing completely. Kraken's wow. Okay, remove pre-fire timing. Ability now deploys a crosshair on you, so it just immediately explodes. Wait, remove pre-fire timing. Okay, so there's just like no travel time. Reduce time to deploy 2 seconds to 1.7 seconds. So it goes off a lot faster. Actually, not really that much faster. Reduce knock damage 4,000 to 1,400. Wow, that's a huge decrease in damage. These are just straight up nerfs. Kraken strength is. Let's just see what they said. Kraken strength has always been dependent on near perfect timing of teammates' ultimates, and in most cases ends up as a short-lived zoning tool. This can be frustrating for Dredge players, and so we are power shifting Kraken to allow players to hit this ability more frequently, but with reduced effectiveness. With a more effective ultimate, we are taking some power out of Chris Howard's or reload projectile to compensate. So they're saying this is more effective, but if it still takes 1.7 seconds to deploy, I really don't know how this is more effective. I don't know. This just seems like a straight nerf across the board, which I'm cool with because Dredge is one of those characters that's just not fun to play against at all. So any nerfs to Dredge so that people don't get annoyed by playing against him like myself, I'm cool with because Dredge is just annoying. I don't know this character like I just don't know with him. I kind of want him just. He's just so annoying. Like, playing against him is so annoying, and he's so bad in competitive play because he's just really easy to counter. A knockback just completely destroys him. He can't get into his teleporter. He just dies. And if you're pushing through one, choke point, you're just going to get wrecked. But if you just push him from a bunch of different choke points like people do in competitive, he just gets owned. So he can really only be played on a few maps, and like, I don't know, and even on those maps, he's not even getting played really. Ice Mines, maybe Jaguar Falls, people aren't even playing him there. So at this point, it's like you buff him and you make him just oppressive on every map, or you just keep him kind of bad, and then the people who like playing Dredge can play him in casuals, and he's not too oppressive, so he's not too annoying to play against. That's my opinion on Dredge. I think nerfs are fine. I really don't want to see any buffs. Drogo's had some changes to Wormjets and his base booster, which I'm really cool with. I think Wormjets just is one of those things where it's like, if you have counters to him, it's completely useless. And if you don't have counters, which happens in casuals sometimes, he just wrecks your team, and it's just like, oh, I guess it's GG. We don't have any hit scan, and they have a Drogo's with Wormjets. So I'm cool with like nerfing it, so like he's got effectiveness. He's got more effectiveness as his base kit, so maybe you can run Combust a little more. Or and he's got less effectiveness in Worm, where it's not as oppressive, where if you have, like, some projectile champions, you can maybe play around them and stuff like that. So, the booster, they increased the base effectiveness by 25%, and Wormjets, it no longer increases booster regeneration rate. I didn't even know it did that, to be honest. But, these are the things that you have to kind of test, but I think on paper they sound good. Shifted 25%, yeah, they did this into the base booster. Let's see what they said. Wormjets has allowed Drogos to stay in the air until killed, but with little worry for resource management. Wormjets players will now have the same ability to get and stay in the air, but now have to be more careful managing their fuel. Increased effectiveness in the base booster will also allow other talents to directly compete with Wormjets. Yeah, which is pretty much what I said. So I agree. It's a pretty good change, in my opinion. As a Drogo's one trick, I'm cool with this. Alright, moving on to Fernando. Fernando had quite a few changes, actually. To his abilities and to his cards. His shield had a reduced cooldown for 3 seconds. That's actually a really big buff. Reduce the max active time. So they did reduce how long you can hold it up, but they reduced the cooldown. But I think the extra 2 seconds holding your shield up really doesn't matter that much as a shield bot that Fernando is already. So I think overall this is a buff to his shield. Charge increased momentum carry after charge, so he's going to have a buff to his charge as well. New card, Towering Barrier. Reduce the cooldown of his shield by 0.8. So he has a card that reduces his shield cooldown more? I'm not exactly sure what card this was that they're changing, but Fernando's ability to have his shield broken from crowd control effects made it hard for him to compete with other frontlines or give him a higher frequency of base and a new card to push even further. I'm pretty sure this was Brand Move Speed, maybe? I'm not exactly sure what card this was. Either way, I think just the fact that he's going to have way more shield is a huge buff. I don't know if this will bring Fernando back in the meta, to be honest. I think it probably will. He'll definitely be getting played more because it seems like a buff across the board. Even if whatever card that is, I don't think there's any card that is better than reducing his shield cooldown by 4 seconds at max rank. So his shield cooldown would be 8 seconds. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. So yeah, I think, like I said, I don't think all these changes with Fernando and his ultimate change will really bring him back in the meta. But he definitely will see more play. So I guess, in a way, that is bringing him back in the meta. But I don't think he's going to be a top-tier tank. I still don't think he's going to be fighting with Khans Ashes, Koa's, Torvald in his current state. I think I did hear there was a Torv nerf, so you know, once we get through it, we'll see. But I still don't really think he's a top tier tank pick. We'll see though. I've been wrong before, so potentially. Amani changes. Let's run through these real quick. Fireball, added a in-hand offset for charge fireballs. This will now always release to the right of your reticle instead of potentially releasing to the left and clipping walls. Okay, that's big. For Inno Cannon, players now can move during this ability at base. Movement is equivalent to Swift Steer 3. Really? Huh. That's a big buff to Inferno Cannon. Those are some big Fire Amani buffs, which I'm cool with because I love me some Fire Amani. Swift Steer, reduce effectiveness, provides exactly 100% increased movement of the new base Inferno Cannon. When maxes card will provide 20% more movement speed than the previous iteration. So Swift Steer is getting nerfed, but the base movement speed is getting buffed. So you won't need as many points in Swift Steer to equal the same thing. So overall, I think this is very good. If you wanted to max it out, you'd be over 100%. You'd be 20% more effectiveness, which is, I don't think, really needed. I think you maybe just want to put 1 or 2 points in it and use your points on other things like the mana regeneration card, which is really good in Fire Amani. So overall, some big Fire Amani buffs. We'll see. I would have liked to see maybe a Ice Amani nerf to maybe the movement speed. Not the movement speed. The slow when you hit people. I really think the slow when you hit people with Amani is very, very anti-fun. And it's also already strong, right? I mean, I don't want to say strong, but it's clearly good, right? It's clearly good. I think a nerf to that slow, maybe even removing it completely, would be completely fine. And I think it would be justified. I think Amani in ice form would still be good. So, actually, you know what this does? This makes it so that Ice Amani may actually want to use fire at some points. Because in the previous and current iteration of Mani, when you play Ice Amani, you'd never want to go fire, ever. There's literally no reason to. Inferno Cannon's terrible. So now that, you don't need any cards to make Inferno Cannon move, you might want to go and fire Amani every once in a while. So I'm cool with that. That's cool. That's a cool change. But yeah, I still would have liked to see a nerf to the slow on her left click. IO, she had one change. Moonlight will no longer break an immediate loss of sight, but instead has a small window for the link breaks. That's a nice, quality of life buff. There's a lot of times where you're healing someone and they're just jumping back and forth between line and sight, and your heal just cancels and you just lose minor seconds of heal. So this is just a nice quality of life change. I don't think it'll really change much about her. I know I didn't make an IO video yet. I was planning on making one in the future, but just my quick opinion on IO. I think she might be played as a damage potentially. I really don't see her as a solo healer right now, just because her healing legendaries are so weak in my opinion. Lifelink is just, you have to put your dog in a really aggressive place, and the range isn't that big. So people just kill it. They just buy Bulldozer and kill it, and then Lifelink's completely useless. The DR card, I feel like with IO, when you're healing with her, you're really not healing people when they're taking damage. Maybe in early game you are because they don't have much cauterize, but I also don't think the DR legendary is that good. So that only leaves Sacrifice. And Sacrifice is kind of cool because it makes you a really safe healer. But she just doesn't do enough damage to make it Sacrifice seems more to me like a DPS build, right? But she doesn't do much damage, so it makes the DPS idea of it kind of meh. I think there's a possibility she could be played as DPS though, with Sacrifice. Very, very small possibility, but it is possible. So that's my quick opinion on IO. I do plan on doing a Sacrifice video because I've been having a lot of fun. If you guys have been watching my Twitch streams and stuff, we've been having a lot of fun playing IO with Sacrifice. So moving on to Khan. Commander's Grab, increased momentum at carry after Commander Grants ends. It seems weird to me that they're buffing Khan. I really don't see a need for... I don't know. These increased momentum things are cool on champions that need it, like maybe Fernando. But I really don't see the need to put these on Khan and Cassie. Unless it's just very minor and it's just quality of life and it just makes it feel better. If that's the case, then I'm cool with it. But like I said, I haven't had much time to test all this stuff as the patch notes just came out yesterday. And I don't even think PTS is out yet. And we're making this rundown, so we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Koga changes. General, slightly increased base movement speed with his ability. Shadow Step, increased momentum carry after Shadow Step ends. And Cyclone Strike. Koga now remains immune until Cyclone Strike is finished. Isn't that already how it works? I don't know. Maybe I guess maybe they just gave you like a little bit extra immunity, which is cool. Increase momentum carry after Shadow events, which is fine with Koga. Like I said, Koga is not a very good champion, so I'm cool with this. I'm cool with this. Slightly increased base movement speed. All right. These changes I really don't think are gonna make Koga viable or anything like that. I think he's still gonna be pretty bad. Maybe he's gonna be a little bit better in casuals and ranked when someone picks him. But in terms of competitive and where he's in, I don't think he's going to be played much at all in the higher ranks and, in pro play. Hopping on to Maeve, but his increased momentum carry after pounce ends, updating the hotfix. Yes, this is already in the game. I'm cool with this change. I actually kind of preferred the Maeve before they added this hotfix, but as I'm playing it more, I'm realizing that just having that added extra momentum, you can just live in a lot of situations where you might have died, right? You can right click around a wall, and you right click and you're not around the wall quite, but you just let the momentum carry you and you get behind it and you live. So actually having the option for this increased momentum is definitely good for Maeve, and I still think she's a top flank right there with Eevee. Eevee and Maeve are just both so good right now, even considering the Maeve nerf with the CC immunity thing. Actually, at first I thought it was kind of bad, but I'm starting to think it's a really good change because it didn't completely ruin Maeve, and her ult's still good, but it nerfed it to a good spot because I think Maeve Ultimate's it's one of those things that's just like when you're playing against a Maeve that's really good and she's just wrecking your team, and then all of a sudden you get in a good team fight, you start popping ults, and all of a sudden they're blind, and then you can't see anything. It's like such a good ultimate. So I'm really cool with them nerfing it. I actually think they put Maeve in a really good spot currently. Maldamba, Slither, increase momentum carry after Slither ends. Whatever. Maldamba's a solid support. If it makes him feel better, so be it. It's a good change. I don't think it's going to change anything for him. Alright, moving on to Pip. Pip had a combat meta change, which is actually a buff, which is a weapon shots now healized for 600 to 750. So it's 150 extra heal per shot. He also had a change to his card, Pep and Step, increased duration to 3 seconds, but it also reduced the movement speed. So it kind of evened it out. The 1.5 seconds was definitely too low, I think, for a healer movement speed card. So I like that change, and I like that they're nerfing it to, not make it overbearing. I really think Combat Medic's still garbage. I think you can make that heal 1,000, and then maybe we're starting to talk about him being okay. But the fact that he has to use his left click to heal people is just always going to be a big issue, right? Like, as a healer, you want to be able to do some damage, like to fend for yourself while also healing. Where Pip, if you're playing Combat Medic Pip, and someone starts flanking you and you need to heal a teammate while, fending for yourself, you have no chance because your weapon shot is your heal. I mean, your potion's basically garbage at 1200 health when there's Cauterize in the game, right? So that's my theory on it. I think Combat Medic is still vastly worse than Mega Potion Pip, especially with a buff to Pep and Step, which is purely a buff to Mega Potion Heal Pip, right? It's not a buff to Combat Medic. Even though Mega Potion Pip, his cards are pretty, solid and just staple, and you need these cards, I think you might be able to fit in Pep in the Step. Maybe get rid of, the ammo card people run and drop some points in some stuff. So I definitely think this card could be played and potentially could be good. At 5 points, it's 30% movement speed, so it's not a ton, but 30% movement speed for 3 seconds on a very short CD. Not bad. So I think overall, I still think Mega Potion Heal Pip is the best version of Heal Pip. If you're a Heal Pip player like myself, Combat Medic's still bad. Like I said, I think it needs 1,000 health for it to be good. Ruckus, the increased momentum carry after advance ends, which is cool. I think a lot of people are complaining that the new Ruckus, the momentum carry wasn't as good. Even though it feels really, really smooth with all those dash changes. Ruckus was a clear one people were complaining about. So if this fixes those issues, that's great. Ruckus will be back to his normal self. I think he's still a good champion, Strix, cards, Roost change. Let's go. Roost was one of the dumbest cards still left in the game. Except for the only other card that I think is more dumb right now is Willow's Dash DR. Roost, if you guys don't know what Roost is, um, it was when you were scoping down your rifle, it gave you 6% DR per level, and everyone ran that at 5 cards. So Strixes would just naturally have 30% DR pretty much at all times. Because like when you're sniping in a sniper matchup or sniping against someone, you're looking down your scope, right? And you can't outtrade that really. You just can't. So they did change it to hits on players with Talon Rifle grant 2% ultimate charge. I'm not really sure about this change card. Like I don't know if I'm sure people will play it because it seems like a really good card, but I'm not a big fan of it. Like getting Strix flashbanged is so annoying, and resilience really doesn't affect it that much. So I'm not really a huge fan of the change, but the fact that Roost is out of the game, I'm cool with that. Get Roost out. If you want to put this really good card in its place, fine, whatever. Dexterous reduced effectiveness 20. I'm not exactly sure what this card is. There's not really much explaining what it is, so we'll just move on. Actually, we can just look it up real quick. Dexterous reduce the time to swap to your sidearm by 20%. Okay, that card sucks, so no one's gonna run that probably. Or did anyone run? I don't know if anyone ran that. If someone did, I'm sorry that they got nerfed, but that card seems really bad to me. I'm not a Strix player though. Torvald, field study nerf. Let's go. Reduce damage increase 30% to 50%. I would have liked to see this change completely to something else. Like maybe I don't even know. I really don't know. Torvald just I think they need to rework Torvald completely. I think Torvald in his current state he doesn't need nerfs. He needs a complete rework. Just I don't know. Maybe original Torvald. I don't freaking know. Just not this Torvald. I want to see like a reduction in the power of his shield and the increase in his kit, his base kit. I think Torvald's too reliant on his shield, and it just makes it for not fun gameplay to play and not fun gameplay to play against. So overall, I'm cool with the nerf because field study is just anti-fun. But I would like to see a rework. In terms of Torvald in the meta, I could see this change reducing his ban rate. People are already considering, Penta and MSI, they were already just letting Torv through and just winning against it. So I think this could actually reduce his Torv ban rate to maybe nothing. Maybe, honestly, people might just be done with him and not play him and not get banned, which I would love to see because I think Torv really makes the ban phase boring, because in ranked and competitive, people are just they just ban Torv. Just ban him. It's never a bad decision, just ban Torv. So it kind of makes it a little boring. So I'm cool with this. Also, Tyra Hunter's Mark nerfs. Alright. You're doing some stuff here, Hi-Res. You're doing some stuff. So Tyra, Hunter's Mark, reduced cooldown. Not sure why they did that. I guess because they're nerfing. Let's just read through it all so we see what's going on. Reduced duration to 5 seconds. That's cool. Hunting party no longer further increased damage amp. Removed cooldown reduction. Wow, hunting party got gutted. Favorite core new increases the duration of Hunter's Mark by 0.6. Wait, wasn't that what favorite core already did? Damage amplification is healthy, but in the incorrect moderation. I don't know about that. I really don't think damage amp is healthy. Both Field Study and Hunter's Mark are being decreased to 50% to allow new players to more effectively engage them, and we are reducing the frequency that Hunter's Mark is active. Players that wish to keep the track of their enemies can still do so, but they will have to be more attentive to managing them more. Real portion of Hunter's Mark lasts 2... Oh, wow, that is a huge nerf. Okay, let's see. So basically the original favors Quarry only affected the reveal, and now it affects the damage amp, but which is less, and the duration is much less. The duration is 1.4 seconds less per level. Okay, so these changes are great. This is completely... I don't know if it's gutting Honey Party, but I think it's bringing it in line to where it should be. It's a damage... So it turns from a damage amp to just Tyra to your entire team, which is what it's made for. The duration's reduced so much. So the duration will be 7 seconds with a max favored quarry, which people weren't even running. People are going to have to make decisions on favored quarry now, which is awesome. So I did ask about this at PPL after an interview. I don't know if you guys remember that. Who was there? But yeah, so I didn't have exactly these changes in mind. I did say something similar to reducing the damage amp. I did say you could take off a mark, but I'm really cool with this. I think this is a perfect change. I think Tyra was already falling out of the meta, which is fine because I think you can nerf characters that are falling out of the meta if they're not fun to play against. No one liked getting marked over and over in casuals and ranked. Nobody likes that. How is that fun, right? It's not fun. It's not. It's just not fun. So, totally cool changes. Good stuff. High res on Tyra. Good stuff on Torvald. Big fan. Big fan. Ying, life exchange, movement accuracy, and shatter. So that's cool. So you can jump heal, I guess. That's fine. I don't think that really changes much. Maybe it's just a quality of life thing. Xin, increase momentum and carry after whirl ends. That's cool. I don't know if this will bring Xin back into the meta or anything, because he's kind of just in a really bad spot. But anything that'll help him, I'm cool with. Like I said with the bug fix, we're not gonna talk about that really. But let's go over balance real quick and my overall opinions on the patch. I think this patch is great, to be honest. Across the board, I really like almost everything they did. Not a big fan of the Cassie changes. I would have liked to maybe see a little bit more of a nerf. Besides that, though, the balance changes overall were great. I'm really happy with the Torv and Tyra nerfs. The Tyra, I'm a lot happier about the Torv. I'm cool with them nerfing it, but I really would like to see a rework with Torv. Tyra, I like the idea that they kept like the hunting party, identity, but they nerfed it to where it's not completely annoying to play against, right? The identity's there. The mark's only lasting 7 seconds. If you're marking people effectively, still, when your team's shooting them, it'll be good, but it's not going to be like you mark someone on cooldown and they just hide behind the wall because they can't do anything because you know where they are for the next 15 seconds, So, yeah. Overall, really good changes in the balance. Really, really good changes. So we're going to hop into skins and battle pass, stuff like that. And then at the end of the video, we'll talk about the future of my channel and what we're planning on doing on YouTube. So let's hop into it right away. Pirates Treasure Battle Pass. All right. Ahoy, mateys. All right. It's cool. I love pirate themed stuff. Pirate IO is pretty badass. Like the dog with that's cool. All right. Pretty cool border. Let's check out the skins. Pirate Treasure Ruckus. That's cool, man. That's cool. I'm a big fan of that. I'm a big fan. Man, the skins are just getting better and better. That's Pirate Ruckus. What? Pirates Treasure Maeve. Okay, more Maeve skins. I'm down. That's cool. I can dig it. Mermaid Ying. Okay, that's lit. That's gotta be my favorite so far. Mermaid Ying that's dope. That's gonna look really cool in game too. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Mermaid Ying. Pirate Treasure's Maeve is kind of not doing it for me. She's okay. It's okay. It's not bad by any means, but it's not really good. Pirate Ruckus. That is a cute bolt. That is a cute bolt right there. All right. 8 Oceans Maeve. So just let's look at the recolors real quick. Ooh. 8 Oceans Ruckus is badass, dude. Oh man, that might be one of my new favorite skins. That is badass. Yeah, the Maeve skin's kind of after seeing this Ruckus skin and this Ying skin, this Maeve skin's really not doing it for me. This Ruckus skin's freaking awesome. All right, Siren Ying. Jeez, you can't go wrong with Siren Ying as well. Both really cool. Wow, I'm gonna have to get to these levels in the second battle pass really bad. And then level 50 in the second battle pass is 8 Oceans IO. Dude, that skin's so cool. Dude, that might be my favorite skin too. Oh, purple's my favorite color, and IO's been one of my favorite champs right now. Damn, that is slick. Man, this battle pass is delivering. All right, let's look at the sprays. They're fine. I'm not a huge spray fan. They're cool. They're not bad. Avatars. That's a cool Ruckus avatar. I know people would like this Ying one too. The Ying one's cool. These ones they're all right. New Onslaught variant, King of the Hill. Okay, let's see what this is. The Onslaught Q will now feature a new King of the Hill variant with new maps, complete to capture a moving objective while fighting off the opposing team. So it's like hardpoint in COD. That's cool. I like that. 15 minutes. It's maybe a little long for Onslaught, but not bad. It probably ends before 15 minutes. I guess it's probably just max game time, so that's fine. All 4 maps will have King of the Hill. That's cool. I like that. It's a new way to play Onslaught. I think they still have, because it's saying new Onslaught variant, so I'm guessing the original Onslaught will still be in the game, which is I'm cool with, because like a lot of people like Onslaught. User interface stuff, updated multi-queue, updated rank queue screen. Oh, that's cool. New champion selection screen. Okay, that's really interesting. Updated champions pages, new short and advanced ability descriptions. Good. They need to like update that stuff. New cosmetic screens. I'm really interested to see this. This could be really good. Battle pass screen. Nice. Okay, so they're doing a lot of UI improvements. That's good. In 2019, you need to have a really updated UI to keep people playing your game. Console players with gyros should not turn off aim assist. That's cool. This gyro controls. That's only Switch, right? I'm not exactly sure. I'm pretty sure it's only Switch. All right, golden skins. We got Golden Ruckus and Golden Mave. Dude, why do they do so many Mave skins? People are loving Mave right now. I mean, I'm loving Mave too, so I can't complain. But Golden Mave, it's just like, this is my problem with Mave skins. It's like all they do is like color the cape, and it's pretty much the same. I do like the daggers though. Those daggers look really slick. Golden Ruckus. Oh my gosh, why does Ruckus look so cool and everything, man? He looks so cool and everything. He just does. Yeah, that's sweet. Yeah, I love all the Ruckus skins in this patch. They're all 10 out of 10. Chests, I really don't care about. You guys can all look up that chest stuff if you want. Okay, the IO splash art update. I know Reddit was going crazy over this, so that's cool. That's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Rank split. That's a decent avatar. Not great. Okay, wait. Ranked map rotation. Okay. We need to talk about this. Each split, maps will either be in the active or reserved map pool. Reserved maps will not appear while playing ranked during that split. Each new split will see some maps rotated between the active and reserved pools. For split 5, Stonekeep will be rotating into the active map pool, and Frozen Guard will be rotating out. I think this is very needed in both competitive and ranked. I think there's just too many maps to keep updating on them all. So for new players, it's just like overwhelming. Like imagine a new player comes in the game right now and wants to start playing ranked. He has to know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 maps. 14. That's quite a few maps to learn at a competitive level. So I'm really cool with this. I'm not super upset with the reserve maps. Timber, Ice, Frog. I mean, I'm cool with all those maps being gone. Frozen. I think these are probably the 4. Well, yeah, those might be the 4 worst maps in the game. In terms of like how many people dislike them. I think a lot of people dislike Timber. A lot of people dislike Frog. Frozen Guard, I personally dislike it. I'm not sure what most people's opinion on Frozen and Ice Mines are, but I know for a fact Timber and Frog get a lot of hate. Fish Market gets a lot of hate too, so I'd maybe like to talk about that and see if that one can get removed. But I think Fish Market's a fine map. I really don't have an issue with Fish. I think it's a good map. I do think this ranked map rotation thing is very needed, and I'm glad they're doing this. I really would like to see this come into competitive play, but I understand why it's not yet, because we're in the middle of a split. But, maybe in the future we can talk about that. So this is cool. So from just a new player perspective and just a veteran player perspective, having less maps to know at a top level is always a good thing. And that's it. I think that's it for the patch. And that is it. Not bad. So yeah, overall, I think this patch is probably, one of their better patches in a while. Not talking about bug fixes and stuff like that anymore, because, I mean, it is what it is. The game is in a state where it's the bug fixes, they're cleaning stuff up, and as soon as they're cleaning it up, other stuff comes in. So it's like, there's not much to talk about with that. I really hope, one day we have a really, really effective game. That's all I can hope for. I've been hoping for it for a while, but hopefully one day. I don't know what your guys' opinions on the bug fixes and stuff are, but I really think Paladins could be just an amazing game if, it worked the way it should. So I have faith in Hi-Rez still. I still have faith in them that they're going to, produce a game that's worthy of playing. by lots of people. Which, I mean, I think they have so far because the game is extremely fun. It's just, if you want to like compete with the bigger games like Overwatch and stuff like that, you gotta polish your game. You just have to. It's 2019. The game has to be polished. It just has to be. So yeah, that is it for my patch notes rundown. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And I did say I was going to talk about my channel at the end of the video, which is right now. So if you guys don't really care that much about it, if you do, you know, I appreciate it. So basically, I've been streaming a lot on Twitch, twitch.tv/randomnoobtv. And I'm kind of getting back into YouTube because I want my YouTube to be good and I want my Twitch to be good. So I'm kind of going to be playing off both of them. So far, the plan for YouTube is kind of just do a video every once in a while. You know, 1 video a week, maybe 2 videos a week. Not do too much. So if you guys love the YouTube content, I know a lot of you guys do. A lot of you guys were begging me for it. I'm sorry I'm not doing as much now, but I'm really trying to get back into the content creation grind in general. And I've been having a lot of fun streaming. So if you guys do enjoy my content, make sure you check out my Twitch. You know, get the notifications enabled. And I will let you guys know in Discord and stuff like that when videos are coming out for YouTube. And like I said, I plan like 1 or 2 videos a week. So that's really all I have to say about it. I'm not trying to, you know, like in past videos in the past, I've gone like overboard on like what my channel's about and stuff like that. But I really don't want to do that. I just want to tell you guys that I love making content and I needed a break from it, but I still do love it. And I want to make good content for you guys. And I know you guys have been begging for stuff. So I'm trying my best, all right? I'm trying my best. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And just like that we have a good time making content together, you know. I still want to hear you guys' opinions on like what videos you want to see and stuff like that. Just know that it might not be as consistent as it was in the past, maybe for those 3 months or whatever, but I still do want to be putting videos out for you guys to watch. So that's pretty much it. Hope you all take it easy, and I will see you in the next vid. Peace.